Before I begin this video, I just want to show you this GoFundMe. This is for my Killer Instincts family. You may know Killer, he's been in my videos for quite some time. He lives with his grandparents, and his grandfather, which was the breadwinner, has just recently passed away from a sudden and tragic brain hemorrhage. And yeah, I've showed you guys GoFundMe pages before, and you guys remember getting Fred a new laptop or a new PC because his laptop died? That was good times, but I think this one is a little more noble than that, okay? So this is actually a worthy cause. And wow, look at that. Fucking anonymous $1,000 donation. But yeah, if you've got some spare change and you want to help someone out, he would very much appreciate it. So the link is in the description. And we are Charlie Kirk and we carry the flame. Okay, I'm sorry. Today I'm reviewing the BZ-79. Remember when I was saying this thing is going to be kind of trash? Remember that? Well, is it? Not really. But there is some problems with it. But let's just get to the stats. This time I'm putting the tier 10 first as opposed to the middle. You know, it only took 2 reviews before I realized, hey, that's kind of retarded, putting it in the middle, but whatever. Here's the BZ-75, the BZ-79 without any upgrades, the BZ-79 with every upgrade. You can see your DPM goes up a little bit. It's a decent increase. Your alpha damage jumps from 650 to 690. 690. What the hell is 690? Well, it's supposed to be 700, and it just goes to show you Wargaming made them. They made the upgrades actually stock grinds. Your tier 11s have stock grinds, but okay, fine. 700, that's nice, I guess. But the real perk comes with the heat pen. So the BZ-75 is 319, which is not very good at all. Unupgraded, it's 325, but fully upgraded, it doesn't show here, maybe it'll, yeah, okay. Fully upgraded, it's 330, and 330 is pretty good, it's decent. You can work with that. But here's the biggest problem with the BZ-75, which is why I really don't like it. It's this stupid, inaccurate, horrible gun handling gun, combined with this obnoxiously low heat pen. The BZ-79, it has a good heat pen. The aim time is very marginally improved, but it's like, you know, it's so little it doesn't matter. Same with the accuracy, it's so minuscule it doesn't matter. But the turret traverse is a little bit better. So that means when you're stationary and you're just aiming at things moving your turret, it's less likely to bloom. So that's nice. So yeah, the BZ-79, it's a bit better than the BZ-75, but it's still very annoying with its stupid gun handling, and I do actually run vert stabs. I know. The speed, exactly the same. It goes 1 km/h backwards faster, which is nice, I guess. Bonus, it does weigh 65 tons, which means you can ram pretty much every medium and a decent amount of heavies with this thing. And of course, if you use your rockets, let's turn that on. I don't even know if that'll work here. Will it? No, it doesn't. So you use your rocket, the power to weight is 31.6. I think I have to, let's open the upgraded one here. There we go. 32.6. So it's, again, it's just slightly faster. Wait a minute. Okay, yes. Slightly faster, and it didn't increase the top speed, but the top speed does increase. And of course, because it's the rocket heavies, you want to use a turbo, because the rockets give you an extra 50% to the turbo. So if your bond turbo gives you 6 km/h, while rocketing it's 9. Which is very much worth it. Apart from that, yeah, the mobility is basically the same. I will say the BZ turns a bit faster while rocketing, which is nice. But here's the big upgrade in reality. Despite the fact that the BZ-75's rockets are better for getting to the early position, and the BZ-79, it has to cool down and it can't stack them right off the rip, it is made up for by the fact that you go from 2,600 health to 2,900, which is like a type 5 heavy. So that's very nice. But the armor, I think, is definitely the biggest upgrade. The BZ-75, it's called a heavy tank, and it's like worse armor than mediums because you got a lower plate, 3 cupolas, bro. When we were asking Wargaming for weak spots on tanks, we didn't ask for 3. I think, you know, 1 would have sufficed, 2 at best. And then, of course, when you angle it, the upper plate becomes useless. And you got this thing here for some reason. What about the BZ-79? Well, it is actually a decent upgrade. We enable this. As you can see, The lower plate, it's about the same size, it may be a bit smaller. There's only 2 weak spots. However, the roof can be overmatched, but it can only be overmatched by very large caliber guns. 45 millimeters, which means I think it's like 135 millimeters that can overmatch this. So basically, the KR1 and above. Now, if you don't have a very high caliber gun, like the Blackrock, these are actually substantially smaller weak spots, and this one even has a bit of an auto ricochet situation going on top. So that's very nice. But you can see just from the upper plate, unlike the BZ-75, you can't actually pen it, even with gold. There's no like annoying like wedge or pike nose, and even the lower plate, if you come around the corner at a steep angle, can actually bounce shells. Now, of course, you're going to show your inside track, but, you know, they miss it, they hit the lower plate, they're not going to pen. Additionally, it actually has an even larger ass region here. I'm not, like, sure why they thought this needed to be a weak spot. Anti-side scraping. I don't know if I made this joke already, but it's like the one tank that doesn't have a corner plate has an ass plate. What's up with that? But to be honest, I don't think I've ever actually been shot here. I guess most people just don't know about it yet, because if you're side scraping, which this thing can actually do pretty well, you look at that. What they're instinctually going to look at is probably your upper plate first. Armor flashlight shows red, and then they go for your cupolas, and it's green, and that's where they're going to aim. Nobody actually aims here, and the armor flashlight shows them that this is green. But it is, so keep that in mind. One of the big perks of the Chinese heavies is gun depression, 8 degrees. And that's actually, the way these weak spots are, makes this tank's gun depression and turret way better than the BZ-75, because if we look at the BZ-75, it's got these 3 huge, enormous Chungus cupolas, and the way they're mounted, the front is sloped like this, and it's towards the front. So what does that mean, chems? Okay, use all of your gun depression. Come on. They don't really are hidden at all. Not even in the slightest, bro. No one's gonna have trouble hitting this. Unless you yourself are a BZ-79, in which case you're gonna miss every shot. Okay, spoiler alerts. But the BZ-79, when you use all of your gun depression, it actually becomes quite a hard target. First of all, there's no more overmatching. This cupola is hidden now because it's a bit further back. You only really got this thing, which, of course, you can wiggle, and you're fine. Now, here's an interesting quirk about the BZ-79. Well, first, the roof, or not roof, ceiling? Whatever. The deck can be overmatched. It's by pretty much everything. It's 30 millimeters. So, face hugging is dangerous. But here's the interesting quirk. You see this gun matlet? Okay. Look at that. There's a gun matlet there, right? No. It's just a big slab of armor with a tube sticking out, sliding in between the armor. Which is interesting. Why is it like this? There's literally no gun matlet here. Like, you look at the BZ-75. Come on. You've got a gun matlet here. Now, you can't really pen it, although, actually, an E3 could pen it, 330. And there is a shot trap here. You aim that, and it hits the turret. And that's another thing I should mention about the BZ-75. If you're just slightly above it, and let's say you're aiming at the weak spots, but you miss or whatever, you can just shot trap into here. It literally says ricochet and then 100% chance. Well, this tank doesn't really have a shot trap at all. I think maybe in theory here, but not really. So, no shot trap and no gun matlet, which means this is a raw 340, 350 millimeter thick plate. So if you're playing a Jagdpanzer E100, wherever that is, you can shoot it right through the gun matlet, or lack thereof, and penetrate it. But aside from that, this thing actually has a rather strong turret, considering this is a Jagdpanzer E100 with 420 heat pen. If you use all of your gun depression, he can't pen you. And, of course, he can pen your gun matlet here, but if you just wiggle a little bit, you should be able to catch it. Or he might not even aim there because he thinks it's spaced, but yeah. 350, a lot of tier 10 tank destroyers can go through this, so you don't necessarily have to aim at the cupola, you can just aim for this. But yeah, I don't know what else there is to say other than the fact that the side has a little bit of an angled situation here. That's good. Now, your flap armor is 25 millimeters, which means everything can overmatch it, so don't expose your hull too much. Just because you're hiding your lower plate doesn't mean you're hiding your flap right here. So be careful with that. So, chems, what equipment will you use on the BZ-79? Well, okay, we get all the upgrades. And I'm gonna... How do I do this properly? I want to get the upgrades so that it doesn't show green. Okay, there we go. This is your fully upgraded tank, 700 alpha, and all that. Well, to absolutely no one's surprise, bounty turbo, bounty hardening, bounty rammer. Now, to be fair, I did run this for a little bit, but that stupid gun handling annoyed me way too much, and I actually dropped out hardening for vert stabs, stabilizer, and then I even put this on here, greasing. 0.14. So this is about the same gun handling as the CS-67 Sakal. So it's okay gun handling at that point. Although the aim time is still rather long. You can have two setups if you want. If you're on this, like, I don't know, Himmelsdorf, and you don't need to snapshot, you're just going to go to your hull down or whatever, you run your hardening. Otherwise, you should go for vert stabs, at least in my opinion. Now, this thing has 390 meters view range. Can it get to max view range with just this simple setup here? Not quite. And this is, I think, in the replays that you're going to watch, I don't have quite max view range, but I guess it's okay. You are a heavy after all. But yeah, that's my equipment setup for this thing. Spam a lot of heat. 330 is very nice. So, there's not really much else to say. Let's get on to the replays. Alright, BZ-79 on Mountain Pass. As you can see, I have a Bond Turbo because of all tanks to put it on, this is probably it, because you get the most bang for your buck with rockets. As you can see, I do a quick burst right at the beginning to get me to my top speed instantly, and then I sort of just do short pulses so I don't overheat. But yeah, look, we're actually fighting tier 9s, which means I don't even really need to go to Ice Road. You can, but I feel like the majority of the HP will be over here at the south part. Now, I gotta kind of watch out because they have a breaker. And so, if he plays perfectly, I literally can't do anything to him, and he can snipe my cupolas with no problem. And the Taschenrate, although I can pen his turret cheeks pretty reliably, he still has like a bajillion health and will take forever to kill. And these are the kind of things you have to be thinking about when you're top tier if you actually want to win and get good damage. But anyway, you can see I'm not fully maxing out my rockets because I don't want to in case I need them, like, for example, I'm getting rushed or whatever. But to be honest, I could have just maxed them out. Getting it to the initial position, you should usually max out your rockets because you're going to have plenty of time for them to cool down. Anyway, speaking of that breaker, get smacked. So that's a good initial damage because he's going to go hull down and that's going to be quite painful. So any damage we can get off right off the rip is going to be good for us. And there we go. We already done 2 shots. Nice little high roll, 733. But then as you can see here, hull down breaker. But do you notice something there? Yes. He has a flap and I have a big gun. You know what that means? Ooh, 800 damage. Yeah. That BZ-70 loot box filler tank doesn't seem so great now, does it? Yeah. I'm gonna make a video on that soon, but yeah, it's not looking good. Anyway, okay, here's a Type 4. Now, I don't know, was the Type 4 buffed? Well, that one just missed. I probably should have went for the cupola, but I know the Type 5 heavy was buffed. Was the Type 4 buffed? I think it was, because if I recall correctly, I think I do just bounce off that guy. Anyway, this breaker didn't get the hint, so let me just follow it up with another shot. And that's one of the bonuses of having a large caliber gun, is you can do stuff like that. That breaker probably doesn't even realize he has a weak spot there. I certainly had to learn that the hard way when I first played that thing. But yeah, we're gonna move up, and okay, E5. Let's go like this. Oh, you know what? Stop moving things. Yeah, look, see, oh, what's this T-50's? Interesting. Wouldn't have been my idea, but yeah, I did not pen that Type 4 Heavy's turret front. Not that it matters, because the T-57 decided instead of clipping him for 1600, he's gonna crush him for like 500? And then die? Alright. That is good to know, though. If I'm playing like a Taschenrate, I could just drive over this and crush someone. I will definitely keep that in mind. Anyway, I rocket over here because I see the Taschenrate and friends have actually went over the bridge and are going to start shooting us in the side. So let's see. Can I help my team anywhere? I don't know. Can I spot maybe the T-30 or Waffle? And I think, yeah, I'm going to go straight back to the base because, as you can see, I'm not interested in 100 HP. Not going to lie to you. And, oh, that was very lucky. This is why you should always keep your turret pointed towards the enemy, even if you're not planning on shooting them. Because he literally probably aimed at my ass, his shot went a little high and hit my turret front. Had I been looking the other way, he would have hit the turret rear, and then he would have penned. Anyway, we're down on HP, and they've got some thick boys at our base. So I'm just gonna, you know, pulse my rockets here and there, try to get there as fast as I can without maxing them out. We're already on 4,000 damage, and we didn't take anything in return, so that's very nice. Anyway, so... yeah. The rockets for the early game are just worse. But for mid to late game, it's definitely better. I may have shitted on this thing too much, because I was putting too much emphasis on early game positioning. Because, I mean, hey, the only time I play the BZ is in Clan Wars, and that's literally the only reason to play it. Anyway, I rocket an angle and make myself kind of an annoying target, so he doesn't even bother to shoot me. That's good. But yeah, so I guess in Clan Wars, the BZ-79 would still be better. Yeah, I know this is higher tier, but let's just say tier for tier. The 75 would be better for early positioning. But for pubs, honestly, I find this a lot more fun to play with. I like the little pulses here and there whenever I need to. Someone fires their gun, I rocket up the ridge or rocket around the corner to put a shot into them. Or artillery shoots you, and then you rocket out of it, so you only take stun at most. Very, very nice. However, if you look at this, I'm full health. I could go over there, but we are down HP, and this is Mountain Pass after all. So do I really want to, like, if I go over here and see where that leopard is, do I really want to push this alone? Sure, I have a lot of health, but I'm still alone. And honestly, it seems like the only thing I can really do is camp the base, because if you look on the map, they have FE-183. I can't really tell what the other thing is. STB-1? No. What? Type 68, that's what it is. So, yeah, there's two tanks coming down the, what is this? The ice road? And one of them is a 183, so he just comes around the corner, kills this FE, and then we're cooked. Or we're gonna get capped out. So unfortunately, I kind of do have to camp. And yes, that I have to leave that E5 to die alone. But oh, the 183 is actually over there. And look at this, rocket over forward just to get in position quick enough. Boom. And what the hell are FEs firing AP? And this breaker doesn't even see him. And it gets even better. The enemy FE is also firing AP. What? So he doesn't obliterate the breaker in one shot? And so the breaker can still take a few hits. So, okay, cool. It turns out, though, look at that. The Type 68 actually fucking left the ice road, went all the way around, and hung out with the guys over there at the bottom of the map. Or, I don't know, what's this side of the map called? So, at this point, it's like, I guess I'm just going to sit here. I'm in a pretty defensive position. I know it doesn't make for entertaining replays, but don't worry, I have a lot of replays to show you. Actually, this thing kind of farms replays. I have 8 that I have saved. Of varying quality. I'm not going to say every single one is the greatest replay of all time. There's one that actually I literally did it today. I played it today. Where I got a very high score and it was kind of a close game, but... yeah, I don't know. I'm getting to the point where it's like... if it's not 10,000 damage or an extremely close and tense game, I just don't want to show it. But, you know, you got to work with what you have. So, I'm telling the breaker, go over here, you're hull down, and literally no one can do anything to you. Especially since you don't have the greatest amount of health, so you can't really brawl. I can take all the hits, you can do all the farming. Anyway, so, we have to defend the space. The HP is even. And, oh, perfect. You know, a lot of times you don't hit shots like that in this tank, but when you do, it's very nice. So yeah, now we're actually up a little bit of HP. And we have two tier 11s, and they don't. They have one tier 10 and the rest are 9s. So we're not in any threat of losing as long as I don't throw my tank away, because I'm pretty much the entire team's HP. Sure, the FV has HP, but how long does that really last when people intuition to high explosive, right? Anyway, I go over here just to literally show you guys. I was like, I probably will save this replay because it's a close game. But yeah, so you can go here and just be hull down and have bushes and whatnot. And it's actually perfect for a breaker because the breaker already has good camo. But anyway, I keep looking over here thinking maybe they'll try and go around us. So I want to keep looking at this. And excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Bless me. Yeah, you know, this replay, it's... Look, we're getting it started. This is one of the first few games I played in it. As you can see on the top left, I don't have a score on my tank icon. It's not fully maxed out. And the BZ-79 is one of those tanks that it very, very desperately needs to have its upgrades. Because without the upgrades, holy shit, the rockets are actually useless. They don't last for very long, and they take forever to cool down. And I knew this guy was... I was gonna say, I knew someone was gonna come around this way, and I fucking bounced off him. I start backing up instead of killing the STB, because one, I think he's gonna run away, and two, I was wondering if I should help my teammates, but... A one-shot STB is not really a concern for me. So, basically, I don't want my team to get overwhelmed and rushed. Maybe I'm playing a bit too passively, but I don't know. Better safe than sorry. So I'm gonna come back up here and try to get shots off. It's a close game, but there's very little chance we actually lose this. And so can I pen this? It's very angled, but I am shooting down on it. Okay, looks like I can. So, do I want to go after the STB or the waffle? To be honest, I want to go after the waffle because 1, HE, and 2, he has more health. And 3, I could even ram him if it comes down to it. And there you go, I'm intuitioning. Intuitioning. Is that even a word? Yeah, I'm switching to HE, and I'm going to go looking for this guy. Rocket. Now, if the waffle was smart, he would be on his way already, going back to the base to mount a defense. The thing is, though, he's not very fast. And now the FV actually asks, what's the play now? And it's like, yeah, dude, we're gonna win this. Just finish him off. But yeah, so where is this fellow? Where did he go? He's not that fast, especially uphill. He really has a weak engine. Did he go this way? Maybe I can catch the STB-1 and the waffle here, although the STB-1 could be long gone. But my idea or my thinking is there may be camping here or here or here. You know, this is an area that you can kind of camp. And I could go all the way around, but I have so much health, I don't care. I would rather just go in head first and see if my sixth sense goes off, and then I know. And I said in the chat, they went to camp the base, move up fast before the game time runs out. Yeah. Oh, and I just noticed he got shot there. And he pings this. So, I don't know if you can rocket up this slope. Let's see, can you? Let me try. Come on, bruh. Come on, Wargaming. Really? I have rockets. That's kind of like the whole point. Whatever. As you see, these little short bursts of rocketing here and there, it's very nice for just getting around and going to where you need to go. And, okay, this time I'm not going to miss this shot. There we go. Boost over. All right, where is the waffle? Okay, I want my big boy HE pen. Okay. What's the HE damage on this? 900. Okay. So, I don't think that's any higher than the tier 10, but it's fine. So, you know what? Does this have a funky caliber? I think it's still 152. I know fucking Wargaming doesn't... They changed it so to get rid of the caliber in the name for some fucking reason. Absolutely obnoxious. On the RU server, it still actually shows the caliber when you hover over it. But anyway, that waffle actually killed the breaker. So, yeah, do I want to go chasing after him? I don't know, man. For all I know, he could just go la 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 la, and as you can see from the timer, we're running out of time. Otherwise, I would go chasing after him. But here's the plan now, okay? We're gonna cap. He only really has to get one reset in order to not lose. It'll be a draw, but not lose. So there's a good chance he'll come back. So I don't want... I'm actually gonna pause it. Chems, why aren't you staring this down? He will outspot me, and then he'll camp here. He won't move up. As soon as he sees me, he'll stop there. I probably won't see him. No. I want him to commit and trundle along here, and then I pop out and kill him. That's literally what I'm gonna do. So, looking at the timer, because this guy is gonna cap with me, we're not actually pressed for time for capping. So I might rock it out if we're about to cap. Because I really want to get more damage and make this an actually somewhat decent replay. Anyway, there's the FV. Okay. I'm just going to poke out sideways on. If this waffle hits me and resets me, it actually doesn't matter at all because we have plenty of time to cap. So, where is this guy? Here, let me... Did he move up? I don't know. And, oh, there he is. Aim and bonk. Very nice. 7.6 thousand, 5 kills, celebratory rocket. So this replay was kind of whatever. It was a close game, but it wasn't a nail-biter. I mean, look, I'm pretty much full health. And to be honest, I thought we're going to have a lot more stiff competition defending the base, but it turned out it wasn't really that challenging. But hopefully the next replay will be more entertaining. Alright, so now we're on El Hallouf. And as you can see, I do actually have this thing fully upgraded. So my rockets are actually very good now. So... I do have 8 replays of this thing. I don't know. Should I make 2 videos on this tank? And it's not even to farm ad revenue. I already have every video for this month planned out. So I'm not desperate. I don't know. I have a lot of replays of this thing if you guys want to see it. If you guys want to see more videos of this tank and all the replays, leave in the comments your favorite Nick Fuentes quote. Yep. Okay. Sorry. So... I'm gonna rocket up to the position here, turn off the rocket when I'm turning, and then when I'm straight, rocket again. And so here we are. Let's see if I can get an early shot of damage off. So rocket, and here we are. As you can see, I've kind of made it at the same rate as all the mediums, so it's like not quite a BZ-75, but it's still good. It's good enough. It's not, it's like, it's 70% of what a BZ-75 could do, which I think is good enough. Anyway, let's see if I can try and get some shots off. Now, like I said in the review, because this thing doesn't have a pike nose, you can actually come around a corner and not get instantly penned. And okay, let's see here. Now, I don't want to play super aggressively right off the rip like that hacker, because God knows all those guys can YOLO me, okay? I would like to soften them up a little bit and keep my health full, and then go in. So then, if push comes to shove, and there's a brawl or whatever, I have the health to survive it. So, we're gonna play just a little bit passively right now. Okay. Let's see here. This guy's side scraping. Now, it's funny, I do know about the BZ's, like, back ass weak spot, but I never actually bothered to aim there. I think, like, it doesn't even show up in my head. It's such a weird weak spot to have. Anyway, that's a bit unfortunate. The hacker's gun mantlet is weak to heat, or it's weak to anything that's like, what, 280 pen or higher? But the shell got derped into the ground. So I think, okay, if they're all going to play over there, let's see if I can get an angle over here. I'm still on 0 damage, but don't worry, this one is a very close game. So I think you guys will enjoy it. Okay. Let's see, just trying to get some damage here and there, and perfect. There we go. Playing it as safe as I can for now. Now I rocket in because they're actually backing up, if you notice there. They're not playing over here, they're all backing up, which means they're probably not going to just YOLO in all of a sudden, since they're playing kind of passively. Anyway, I will take a shot. I think that's a worthy trade, but... That guy, he... tracked and penned me with heat because he hit my flap, but very interesting. I have bled a little more than I was hoping, but that's okay. And T-57 heavy, of course. Those, I don't know what it is about T-57 heavies, dude. I can never ever pen their turrets, and as you can see, they're getting a little confidence. You notice that? You see how they're pushing up again? You need to be able to read this, okay? There is a push imminent. I need to rocket out of here. Now, the nice thing about these reusable rockets is that a BZ-79 would have to waste its rockets to get back like that. Whereas this, it literally costs nothing. Anyway, shoot that guy and then rocket forward. This is one of my favorite things to do. Side scrape, clip someone's lower plate, and rocket forward, and they just can't get a shot back on you. Anyway, these guys are getting pretty antsy over here, and... Oh, what are you... Okay, that's good. Autoloader removed. So... Do I have to abandon the flank? We are very outnumbered here. It's me and an IS-7 against basically all of them, because that 430 is out of the fight. Now, because I have rockets, I can stick around a little bit longer and, you know, chip away at their health like that. But then, oh, okay. Oh, no. He's clipping out that IS-7. Can I get a shot into this guy? No? Yes? Okay, perfect. See, that's what I like about the rockets, is lurching forward. But now I need to get the hell out of here. That 50B is reloading, but in like 15 seconds, he's going to be loaded, and all their friends are going to push me. Now, I'll admit, I lost a little more health than I was hoping to. But I think just the awareness is 10 out of 10. I pushed in when it was safe, and then I left when it was no longer safe. And I did not take any damage for that. I only took damage for, you know, questionable peaks. And I did get Coppola sniped by the hacker. I think the next video I will do on the hacker, because that thing is just what the Leopard should have been. Anyway, because I have reusable rockets, I used them to go forward, come back, and then leave. By now, a BZ-75 would be out of rockets. Not this thing, though. As long as it's alive, it has rockets. But anyway, this is a good place to defend. And there we go. That's a very nice shot, because now both those guys are one-shots, which means they'll be less likely to, like, rush me. The last thing you want in a heavy is to get rushed, because you don't really have DPM, and you can't angle your armor against 5 people. So if these guys are all one-shots, it'll be far less likely for that to happen. And, oh, okay. Smacked. And this is why I used vert stabs, because there's a decent chance even with vert stabs I would have missed. However, you see that? I just realized something. I've got 2 Hirschkäfers behind me, and although they're kind of crappy tanks, they're still medium, or still tank destroyers, and I should spot for them. However, they're under attack. I kind of really have to win this right now. This hacker, he's gonna waste my time. He's just gonna play and around this corner and dance around me until their 50B and Borkin and whoever kills me, or kills my friends and then kills me. The reason I'm apprehensive about pushing is I don't know where the rest of their team is. That 183 could be behind him for all I know. But look at that. There we go. You're not bouncing that one. Okay. I have to take a risk. Do I poke this guy? And oh, okay, his friends are here. Now they are both one-shots. So if I can kill them right now, that would be absolutely perfect. And they're playing very, very conservative. And yes, that E5's Coppola is on the wrong side. I really don't want to lose any more HP right now, because I'm gonna need it. But I'm just realized, okay, you see that where that 50B is? I have to, like, actually do something. So you know what? All right, there you go. And you want to come after me? Okay, he fired 1. I don't want to get clipped out by that 50B. That's why I'm moving forward. Although he probably wouldn't have. I'm not taking any chances. And he actually killed that guy. And oh, there's the 50B. We need to save the friend. Save friend. And yeah, I actually remember that vividly. It's like, Chems, you aimed behind him. I ran out of mouse pad because I was looking like this and it was like a full 180 and then some more. I ran out of mouse pad. That's so obnoxious. But it's okay, he dies anyway. But still, this Sturf and this FV, God knows where they are. They could be anywhere. They could be A1 and... Oh, would you look at that? Let me load heat so I can overmatch his roof. And... okay. That's like the one spot it wouldn't pen. That being directly his fucking gun. Oh my god. See, these are the shots that absolutely have to hit and pen in a game like this, okay? He's full health. We need to get rid of his health as soon as possible before his friends come along, right? I still don't know where that Sturv is, and I'm thinking there's really no easy way to approach this. I just have to basically do that. Now, he can overmatch my roof, and if he's lucky, he can just hit my cupola and pen me and kill me. I don't know if I want to poke this again. He's playing kind of conservatively, so I can actually afford to poke up because he's not like pre-aimed, fully aimed on my cupola. And there's the Borkin, although I don't have a shot on him. That FE is actually going around, and I do not want him to shoot my TD friends. I think he's gonna poke here. I'm checking. Can the Borkin hit the side of my turret? It seems like he can just barely see my tank. And at this point, I'm thinking this is very bad because you saw that? I can't see the FV because of all these bushes. And now I'm thinking, yeah, I think we just have to leave right now. This is like a big open area. And there's a Borkin Kafir that will never be able to see him. But then I think, am I able to actually maneuver my way into here and get a shot on the FV? But then where is the Sturv? What if the Sturv is right there full health and then he just kills me? Because I can't kill him in time. Or he's there. He comes up there somehow or wherever. This is the very annoying thing about fucking tank destroyers at the end of the game is that you have no idea where they are until after they hit you. Not so bad if it's a Sturv. Very big problem if it's an FV 183. I see the Hirsch though. He's going down the middle. So if he gets shot, I can't see him. I think I might try to get him in render. But if he gets shot or dies or whatever, I'll know where their enemies are. And okay, the FV is actually leaving. Okay, let's move up. This is the perfect opportunity to get out of here. And oh, perfect. Okay. Now, I've gone far enough so that the Borkin can't... Okay, I'm stumbling my words. Holy shit. I want to leave in a way so that the Borkin doesn't know I left. He's going to sit there the whole time. If he spotted me leaving, he's just going to come after me, keep his distance, and shoot my ass. The Borkin killed this guy. The Borkin left altogether. So now I'm... Okay, I type in chat, where is he? I want to go over here and... Oh. Load the AP. This is the most important shot of the game. There we go. Get fucked. Alright. 2 enemies left. They've got a decent amount of HP, but I also have some HP. However, it's the 2 worst combos on the planet. The FV, even if he doesn't pen me, he splashes me for like half of my remaining health. And then the Sturv just finishes me off. So this is what I'm going to do. I want to dig in, okay? I don't want to go driving around here and try to outspot a fucking Sturv. Okay, it's not going to happen. We both know that's not going to happen. I want them to come after me. If they start capping, fine. And, oh, okay, they're capping. So now I'm thinking, surely that Sturv is not still there, right? Right? Surely he's moved up, right? Okay. Okay, I'm not getting spotted. Can I rocket over there? I'm very apprehensive because holy shit, that Sturv has not been lit for 10 minutes now. God knows where he is. Do I want to go down this way? I think I do. I don't know if I can get resets here. There's too many bushes and shit in the way. And over here, there's a Sturv. And so, okay, fine. I will try and approach from this way. If the Sturv is up there, I'll be sort of safe. Okay. We've got 2 minutes 40. I sure hope he's not still capping the base, or else this will definitely be a draw. Anyway. Okay, where is he? Hello? I'm guessing he's over there. Whereabouts? Okay. Still okay, because I can go hull down against him, and as long as he doesn't AP my roof, it's not gonna be the worst thing ever. Not quite rocketing yet, because I want my good gun handling. I might do it in a bit, but I want to keep my gun handling good. And what? It's the Sturv? Okay. He fired one. Get to cover. Okay. Do you see that shit, bro? They actually did the complete inverse of what I thought they would do. I thought the FV would cap and the Sturv would give Overwatch. It was the other way around. Also, the FV rolled 1250. He rolled 100 higher. He's firing AP. Is this the same FV from the last game? He fired AP into me and high rolled. What a son of a bitch. But here's the thing. If this was the 183, it would take 2 shots to kill him. And if the Sturv is there, I could do exactly what I just did here and play around these buildings and side scrape him. Side scraping an FV is kind of dangerous, but as long as he doesn't hit my cupola, he's not really going to pen me. Or, God forbid he hits this. Dude, that would be so obnoxious. And then after I kill him, the Sturv, right, he'll try and attack me. Either he plays defensively or not. I think I can outplay a Sturv because I have a turret and rocket. But I died. And I only did 7k. Oh, man. Chems, can you show us an actual close game where you do a lot more than 7k and win? Well, I don't know about winning, but we'll do the 7k. More than 7k. Okay, that'll be the next replay. Okay, we're on Corellia. And I'm actually going to go to the north. I am not going to go to the heavy side. You know why? Because I looked at the team list and I saw Tosh and Rate and all that. And I'm not sniping at Tosh and Rate's weak spots with this fucking gun. But the main reason is they have 1 tank destroyer. 1. Which means their base is going to be relatively unguarded. Which means if I just bulldoze through A1, I can go straight to their base and shoot them in the ass. So I'm going to just, you know... oops, I'm gonna crash into that. Don't worry about it. But as you can see, the BZ-79, his rockets last a lot longer than mine. And yeah, I did crash into that fucking thing, but still. I do a short little burst here, and now I have to stop and let it cool down. Whereas this guy just keeps on going. To be fair though, I think I've timed my rocket boosts pretty optimally, so that I'm actually surpassing this BZ. Now I did hit a rock, but I did get a better spawn, so I think it's even. Anyway, he's not rocketing anymore. He's conserving his rockets. That's something this thing doesn't have to worry about. Turns out the 268 is doing that. Sure, that's great for me. He's not sniping. Fantastic. Now, this 430U decides to do that. I don't know why, bro. You drove into a crossfire. You could have just backed up, and you would have survived all that. Do that. And I want to ram this guy. And okay, now that he's dead, let me just get some extra damage here by bonk. There we go. 200. I'll take it. Let's, the auto aim there just to make sure that type isn't looking at me. And where do you think you're going, buddy? Where do you think you're going? I don't think so, man. Come over here. So, I want to kill this guy and get straight to their base as soon as I can. Because if you look at the south, they've already pushed past the middle part and are getting around that corner. So, okay, let's see here. Lower plate. Looks like it hit the upper plate, but we both bounced. He's reloading. I'll take this opportunity to drive in. Get to this corner. I actually pinged this BZ. I'm like, all right, bro, let's just go in. Like, do I want to give him my lower plate just yet? Actually, you know what? Since this guy's coming, I'm actually just going to go around and we'll get this guy from both sides. Minimize how much damage we take. Right? Okay. Come on. He's waiting for me to go. That's fair. I guess I am higher tier. And I got spotted and he was aiming over here. Interestingly. It's fine though. With my rockets, I can just bonk. There we go. Get tracked. Hopefully the next one will be a fire. 105 shot me, so let's just keep this rock in the way. Turn around. Turn around. Reload. Engine fire, please. No. 595. That's a bit obnoxious. Nah, it's going to take 2 shots to kill this guy. I tried to ram him for a little bit, but it wasn't the greatest ram of all time. The BZ did that. It's okay, though. I think this guy dies. Yeah, he dies to the S-Conk, which is actually nice. We have S-Conk behind us, supporting us. And look at this. Me and this BZ, we're rocketing right to their base. So this is a pretty fun game already. I lost a little more HP than I was hoping. You know, that's kind of this Chem's story of his life. Losing a little more HP than he wanted to. But it's fine. We have 2,000 HP and we're getting to their base. So let's just rocket on over here. There's no RD to farm, but oh well. Now, am I going to cap? Fuck no. But I'm going to sit in it and try and draw people back so I can shoot them. Alright. Here we are. Gonna just make sure quickly. Zoom out. Nobody's here, right? If anything gets lit. No? Okay. Got into the cap. Now let's give Overwatch over here. And oh, would you look at that? Okay. And oh, KR1. Let's just rocket on. They got a KR1 and a BZ coming back. Yeah. This is gonna take some work to get through these guys. Oh, let's, I go over here and actually hello. There we go. Nice vert stabs. I tell this BZ-75, let's just tuck in over here. They're gonna have to over peak to get us, and we've got an S-Conk to support us. And this S-Conk already missed the K91 twice, so I don't have high hopes. But this BZ is insisting on doing whatever the hell he is doing here. And he's about to get his ass fucking rammed. Yep. I pinged the S-Conk saying, okay, I need your support. He's already looking, so... He says negative in chat. What do you mean negative? Anyway, let's just... There we go. And did he hit my lower plate or upper plate? Looks like he hit my upper plate. I think is maybe he wouldn't have penned the lower plate. It was kind of at an angle, but whatever. Let's finish this guy off, and so he actually went for my weak spot, not knowing that I was actually just going to poke. And when he angles that hard, his corner plate is actually a weak spot. But anyway, I just took out these two guys, so that's very good. And, oh, that's very lucky that I bounced that. Let's see here. I need to go forward and kill this guy. And you see how much mileage I'm getting out of these rockets, but oh god. Somehow our S-Conk died, and this guy has an extra 1000 HP over me. So, I'm going to try and just change this engagement. I'm going to sit right here, because check this out. I can actually cap and go hull down at the same time. So, that's going to put the pressure on this guy. Okay, here we are. Now, obviously, I don't plan on actually capping. The whole point is to just put a big bar on their screen and freak them out. Here's a small problem. There is some shit in the way that's not really going to work against heat. And I can't even see his weak spots anyway. So I'm thinking, do I go around? Like, where do I even go? And now watch this. This is just... You guys are not going to like this one, okay? I see. Okay, he is actually poked up there a little bit. Watch this. That's probably the most disgusting shot of my entire career. I know I say that, but I just keep pushing new horizons with this scumbaggery shots. Spoiler alert, I'll never hit a shot like this ever again in the remainder of this game, or ever. Alright, nice cupola. Let's just aim for that. There we go. That's a fully aimed cupola. He fired, okay? I don't like this position. I could get shot by the AA or ASXX, whatever the hell. I'm actually going to go over here. I think this is a far better location to go hull down in. And so, okay, here we are. The BZ not looking too good, but his lower plate, it's like a pixel. Okay, I'll go for the weak spot, and that looked like it hit. I don't know what happened. Anyway, I don't want this guy to leave. I want to kill this guy before his friends show up. I decide, am I going to start side scraping and... Do you see how passive he's playing? I have a feeling he's trying to bait me into him so that I die to his mediums. So you know what? The time to kill this guy has passed. Now I need to account for their mediums that could be anywhere. Alright, let's reposition. So, yeah, these rockets are very, very useful late game. And it makes this tank just fun in general. But I'm thinking... I can't really outspot the mediums. And I don't like where that BZ is, tucked in like that. He's actually doing exactly what I was doing to his team earlier. Remember? I said tuck in there and let your friends support you. He's doing that to me now. And I'm not going to fall for it. So you know what? I'm just going to go back to your cap circle. I'm going to force him to come after me. I'm going to keep peeking periodically to make sure no one's coming after me from behind. And look at that Wheezy, okay? I think at some point... I just hit my mic. At some point, I tell this Wheezy, yes, can you support me? Wheezy, support me. Now, I don't know if he realizes it, but he can support me from here. But he actually just fucking drives around all the way there. And, okay, there's the BZ. Don't quite have the gun depression. Hits his gun, just like the FV in the last game. But look at that. They were actually gonna both rush me at the same time because they thought I was still there. Good thing I left. Look at that leopard. His name is I Play World. Okay. Get a little bit of a boost here. Can I put a shot into him real quick? Okay. I'm gonna back up. I don't want to get shot by his ASXX friend. But they're both here. This makes me feel a little bit better that I'm not gonna get outflanked. But, yeah. So, this Wheezy will spot that ASXX if he comes behind me. So at this point, I'm thinking, okay, I can move up now. And oh, unlucky for you. Caught you off guard there. But yeah, because I'm not in any danger of being flanked, I can actually like move up here and try and scout him out. Anyway, there's the BZ. Get the gun depression. Come on. This guy's just edging me right now. Come on. Again, it feels like he's trying to bait me into his friend. I turn away for half a second. He moves up. All right, Capola. Nice. Okay. Good stuff, good stuff. I'm not too afraid of that BZ anymore because he's a one-shot. He's probably not going to push in, but actually he is pushing in. Just rocket in a little bit. I should have just rocketed in a little more. Because look at that. I kind of fumbled that shot right there, but... The ASX is there. Okay, drive forward so you don't get shot by him. Okay, I got to hit this shot right here. And... okay. Maybe that wasn't the greatest shot of all time, but I think it... Wait a minute. Come on, bro. It was like down like 2 inches. Anyway, what I want to do, I want to make this a hard shot, okay? He's probably yeah, he is firing heat. I'm giving him my side armor and I'm rocketing, right? And he actually doesn't fall for it. He actually holds his shot there. So, good on him. He played this as good as he could. And so I got him there. But, god damn it, I want my 10K! Missing the shot on his roof means that getting 10K now is going to be very hard. But, bruh. Okay, whatever. Let me just... Is it actually enough if I kill this guy? Is he gonna keep going? Come on, bro. The game... Give it up, okay? It's a wrap. You lost the round. And... Oh, get out the way, Wheezy! I set him on fire. The Wheezy snatches him for 16. I'm left on 9,997 damage. Not even 10K! My stupid Chungus life! Yeah. I'm gonna pretend it was 10K, okay? I don't know what happened with that shot on the BZ. Whatever. I'm gonna make the thumbnail 10K just to clickbait you. Get fucked. But yeah, I blocked 4,000, did 10,000. I did 10,000. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. Do I show another replay? I guess I have 8. I showed 3. I could show one more. If I make it 2 videos. Okay, I'll show you one more replay. So, on to the next one. Okay, this is a little older replay. As you can see, I don't have this thing fully upgraded, and I'm currently not using Vert Stab's directive, but so whatever. Do this short little bursts to get some speed. Now we're going downhill. I don't know if I need to use it, but I mean, if there's no cooldown, right? I'm fully cooled off. I should use it now. Yes. And then by the time I go up the slope, I can like use it fully or use a decent amount of it. I don't know how to explain it to you. It's just vibes, honestly. But yeah, basically just pulse it until you get to the last stretch and then you max it out. There you go. That's what you need to know. Pulse, pulse, and then right when I'm about to get to the position, max it out. So let's see. Do I do that here? I might just be talking out of my ass. It's certainly what I do now. I don't know if I'm gonna do it here, but yeah. Highway. This was before the changes. To be honest, I'm not really sure this map needed to be changed. I didn't have a problem with it. In fact, this was actually one of the few really nice scouting maps, at least from this side. And I know they changed that side a lot for scouting, so I don't even know if you can anymore. Anyway, nice one, T803. Yeah. Interestingly enough, I get here at the same time he does. So this thing's rockets aren't actually that crazy for early game positioning. It's just for late game moving, it's very nice. Anyway, let's try and follow it up. Basically just side scrape, feather the shot, and then rocket forward. And then, okay, this Dravik. He spotted all of them. Do I want to go in? I do. They all fired. And so I want to move up and side scrape this. This is much nicer. He's... Yeah, it wasn't the greatest shot of all time, but he was getting away. But now he's actually not getting away. So that's good. Okay. Just gotta side scrape this guy. I hope he doesn't know about my funny weak spot. And there we go. Farm up this guy right here. We have a Foch 155. Alright. Boom 1. He's gonna steal all my damage, low-key, but oh well. Shot number 2. And killed him. KR1 gets a shot into me. That's a bit obnoxious. He gets smacked by the Foch. Not good. But yeah, you see, you can use these rockets in short bursts to just reposition and get better angles. Like right here. Although this guy managed to escape. But if he didn't, I would have gotten another shot off. And, okay. This rat is staring this corner down. I don't really know if I want to just give him my lore play. So let's just try and side scrape it. Here we are. And... he's already fully aimed at my cupola. So and this guy could poke at any second. I don't want to be in a crossfire. That's the main thing. That guy fired. Okay, now no one's looking at this corner. I can poke. Perfect. Now I just wait for someone to do something and then shoot. KR1. Yep, you always got to keep one eye on the minimap. And, come on, bro. Now, they got a mouse now supporting him? And the, oh, do you guys notice something? It's time to leave. We've got a mouse on one side, a rat on the other, and he has a bunch of friends as well. I see that this T-803, hey man, it looks like he's given up, but... This KR1 actually has some HP, which means we might be able to hold it off for a moment. It's just, that Tashin Rider has so much damn health, bro. Alright. Try and do that, and... I'm actually surprised I didn't pen. That looked like the angle that was facing me, but... They're actually just focusing the KR1. So... I can hang out for a little bit. Try to get a shot on this guy. I wasn't the greatest shot, but he was angling and I was about to lose the front of his turret. The main thing is I just need to leave. This is not a good situation for me. Oh, maybe I can get a shot. I really want to take advantage of them being distracted and... okay, they're perfect. Any bleed we can get on the rat is very nice because he's kind of obnoxious to pen. So... Fortunately, we've got some tank destroyers. We got a Hirsch, 2 Hirches, and Hirches. That's the plural for that. And a Sturv. So all I have to do now is get to this hull down and just try and hold on for as long as possible. That hull down is right here. I ping them just to make sure they're paying attention and... Oh, hey. That guy bounces the front of my turret. I really want to take out these fucking tank destroyers because they're going to be annoying later. Anyway, this is where I make my stand. Alright? I've got 2,000 health to use. And tank destroyer friends. Alright. Any second now. Checking up on the old tank destroyers. Just pinging them for a good measure, you know? Any second now. Where the hell are they? Now, yeah, it's certainly possible some of them might have turned around to go defend their base. But did they all turn around? Okay, no. Okay, here we are. The concept actually bounced the side of my turret. I'm not safe from the concept. The rat's there. And, oh, the KR1 turned around as well. Well, shit, I thought I was gonna mount some crazy defense. But instead, I just have one annoying rat to deal with. While the rest of his team cleans up the north. Which is like actually the best play possible. You keep this fat piece of shit here so I can't do anything. And send all of your team back to defend. This is like clan war strats. Yeah. At this point I'm thinking, well... We have lost every side of the map. So I could sit here. Right? But what's going to happen is they're just going to find weird, funky angles. Maybe even somehow get here and just shoot me in the ass. And they're mediums. I don't even have max V range. It's time to get to the back and support them. Mount a defense. And I actually get spotted here and fuck, my rocket ran out. And I do not have the upgraded rockets. So this is not going to be good. Fortunately, I bounced the rat on my ass. But yeah, can this thing stop overheating, please? I need to get out. Am I out of his render? I think now I'm out of his render. Okay, good. Yeah, that was a close one. I'm surprised I only took one shot for that, and it was an arty shot. But yeah, this thing does bounce a lot more than the BZ-75, just because it doesn't have 500 little weak spots all around it. So, this is not ideal. Honestly, I would love to be a breaker right about now because that thing has camo and armor and I could just, you know, mog their whole team. But this thing doesn't have camo, doesn't have DPM. It's not the most accurate either. This isn't really a base defense tank, but I don't really have anything else to do. And you could see my shit's fucking red hot all the time because I don't have the upgrades. Anyway, push onto him. Perfect. Okay, that's one down. 5 million left to go. Holy cow. Although these guys are one-shots. Artie, please take out one of these guys, okay? Preferably the KR1. Okay, the Hirschkäfer kills one of them. KR1. Artie, can... I might just have to eat... The Artie's actually shooting the I-7 for some fucking reason, and... Okay. I have to kill this guy. He actually bounced. Lucky me. Alright, and... Yeah. Stunned. I can't help the Hirsch. I have to deal with this M48. And I see the M48's actually farming my Hirschkäfer, so... Okay, I gotta kill this guy, alright? You leave my tank destroyer alone. I need him to help me win the game, right? It looks like the I-7 actually went for the Artie, which means the Hirsch will actually get some more shots off. Alright, put a shot into him. I really wish I had the upgraded rockets. I could ram this guy and make him a one-shot. You see, I'm keeping distance, so I could do exactly that. There, now he's a one-shot. He's not aiming very well, but he fucking tracked me, dude. And... that means I'm gonna take another shot. Oh, that's nice. That's real nice, dude. I'm ammo racked. And I have 600 HP. And they've got 5 tanks left. Can I win this? Cue Battlefield Adrenaline song. Alright. What to do? You're ammo racked. You're almost a... You're a one-shot. Yeah, I'm a one-shot. The I-7, not quite. The Rat with his auxiliary guns, yes. And the 2 tank destroyers, yes. Since I'm ammo racked and low health, I need to just get as far away from them as possible. If they want to cap, fine. Okay? Cap. I need to recuperate, okay? I'm going to come over here. I'm going to let my rockets cool down. And I'm just going to wait for my ammo rack to be fixed. Then I can think about trying to win. Now, from my thought process, these two haven't been lit forever. They probably came around somewhere that way, and there we go. That's one down. 1 out of the 5 have been destroyed. 4 remain. Artie, dodge that. But yeah, I would suspect them to go like this because we were all camping here. They would line up somewhere around here and shoot them because you can around here. So I'm thinking, okay, let's go on the wide side and try to get underneath their guns over here, right? I don't want to go directly back the way they would expect me to because then they would just shoot me, right? From the front. So... one person is capping. It's... who is this? Probably the Taschenrate because I don't imagine he would want to chase after this thing. So I suspect the tank destroyers are perched up over here waiting for me. That would probably be the smart thing to do, but I get spotted. I'm thinking, was that from here? And, oh, I intuition to HE, and... Really? Really, bro? He didn't fucking leave his base. He didn't leave his base. They killed all of our allies like 5 minutes ago. They all kept pushing. And he just sat. He just fucking sat. If this was like... if I was in like a breaker, for example, or maybe even this thing, but with more health. If I mounted a defense there, it would just be 1 versus 2. Me versus the Rat. And me versus the Grill, who I can HE and kill him in one shot. Because he would be hanging at the back there. This could have actually been a call of bound-offs that I would win. But I gave the enemy the benefit of the doubt. I assumed they would all be pushing in relatively at the same time. And so I tried to take an alternative path to circumvent them, and it kind of worked. I mean, I did catch this gorilla off, and I would have killed him, right? Don't forget that. I would have killed him, and I would have gone on to maybe play hull down, right? Go to here, and go hull down against the Taschenrate and kill him. But this fucking base camping 155 had other ideas. Are you kidding me right now, bruh? Oh, well. I still have 4 more replays. So if you guys want another one, leave your best Nick Fuentes quote in the comments. There we go. That's what we'll do. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it entertaining and informative. And thank you for watching.